I am Dr. Leonard Ashford. I am 76 years old. I spent 42 years as an orthopedic surgeon and geriatrician, which is a fancy way of saying I spent my career dealing with bones, joints, and old people. And I am telling you right now, the number one thing that stole my patients from their families was not cancer. It was not heart disease. It was their legs giving out. It was a fall, a single fall, a broken hip, and then, like a row of dominoes nobody saw coming, everything else went with it. And the thing that could have prevented most of those falls, the thing I begged my patients to do for 4 decades, was so simple it made me angry. It had to do with one food. One food that most people my age stopped eating because somebody told them it was bad for them. I will get to what that food is. But first I need to tell you about a man named Earl Ridley, because Earl is the reason I cannot let this go. My wife, Betty, she is downstairs right now, probably reading one of those mystery novels she likes, the ones with the cats on the cover. Betty tells me I talk about my patients too much. She says, "Ray, you have been retired for 9 years. Let it rest." And she is right about most things. She has been right about most things for 58 years of marriage. But she is wrong about this. Because some patients you do not let rest. Some patients stay in your bones the way arthritis does. Deep, persistent, and worst in the quiet hours. Earl Ridley was one of those patients. Earl was 76 years old. Retired railroad engineer from outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. Barrel-chested, deep voice, hands like catcher's mitts. When Earl walked into a room, you noticed. He had this way of standing, feet wide apart, shoulders back, chin up, like the ground owed him something, and he intended to collect. His wife Nadine told me he had been like that since the day she met him at a church picnic in 1971. She said, that man has never leaned on anything in his life. But when Earl came to me, he was leaning. He was leaning on door frames to get through rooms. He was gripping the railing, going up 3 steps to his front porch. He was sitting down to put on his pants because his legs shook when he stood on one foot. And the thing that killed me, the thing I still think about, is that Earl was embarrassed about it. This big, proud man sat across from me and could barely look me in the eye when he said, "Doc, my legs are not what they used to be. I think I'm just getting old." I hear that phrase more than any other in my career. I am just getting old. As if aging is a disease you are supposed to accept, rather than a process you can fight. As if your body falling apart is something you should be polite about. I asked Earl what he was eating. And this is where the story turns. Because Earl, like so many men and women his age, had been told by his primary care doctor to cut back on eggs, cut back on red meat, watch the cholesterol. And Earl, being the dutiful man he was, did exactly that. He had been eating toast and oatmeal for breakfast, a sandwich with turkey and lettuce for lunch, some pasta or rice for dinner with a small piece of chicken if Nadine could convince him. He drank coffee and juice. He thought he was doing fine. He was starving his muscles to death. Earl was eating less than 40 grams of protein a day. For a man his size, his age, with his level of muscle loss, he needed at least 70 to 90 grams. His body was cannibalizing its own muscle tissue just to keep his organs functioning. His legs, those proud, strong legs that Nadine said had never leaned on anything, were wasting away from the inside. Sarcopenia, it is called, age-related muscle loss, and it does not announce itself with pain or drama. It creeps. You don't notice until you cannot get out of a chair without pushing off with both arms. You don't notice until you stumble over a rug you have walked over 1,000 times. I told Earl we needed to change his diet immediately. I told him the single most important thing he could do for his legs, more important than any exercise, any supplement, any medication, was to eat more protein. And not just any protein. I told him to eat eggs every single day. 2 eggs in the morning, minimum. I told him eggs are one of the most complete sources of protein on this earth. Every essential amino acid your muscles need to rebuild, wrapped up in a shell that costs less than $1. I told him the cholesterol fear that had been drilled into his generation was outdated, that for most people, dietary cholesterol from eggs does not raise your blood cholesterol the way we once thought, and that the bigger danger, the far bigger danger, was losing your ability to walk because you were afraid of a yolk. Earl looked at me and said, "Doc, I have not had an egg in 6 years." 6 years. 6 years of his muscles dissolving because somebody scared him away from breakfast. I put Earl on a plan. 2 eggs every morning, scrambled, fried, boiled, I did not care how. A palm-sized serving of protein at lunch and dinner. Fish, chicken, beans, Greek yogurt, whatever he would eat. And I sent him to a physical therapist to start resistance exercises. Simple things, chair stands, wall push-ups, calf raises at the kitchen counter. Nothing fancy, nothing that required a gym membership, just his body weight and his own stubbornness. But Earl did not follow through. Not all of it. He ate the eggs, Nadine made sure of that, but he skipped the exercises. He told Nadine they made him feel foolish, a grown man doing squats in his living room. He said he would get to it. He said he had time. He did not have time. 4 months after that appointment, Nadine called me at home. It was 7 in the morning on a Saturday. I remember because Betty and I were about to drive to our grandson's baseball game. Nadine was crying so hard I could barely understand her. Earl had gotten up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. His legs buckled in the hallway. He went down hard, hip first into the corner of the hallway table, then his head hit the baseboard. Broken hip, a fractured femoral neck to be precise, the worst kind, the kind that requires surgery, the kind that in a 76-year-old man with severely depleted muscle mass can be a death sentence. Earl survived the surgery. I want you to know that. His heart was strong, his lungs were fine. But when he woke up, he could not move his right leg without screaming. The physical therapy was brutal. He fought it. He cried during it. And Nadine told me he had not cried since his mother's funeral in 1989. After 8 weeks in a rehabilitation facility, Earl could walk again. Barely. With a walker. With someone holding his belt from behind. This man who had never leaned on anything in his life could not cross his own living room without his wife's hands on his back. He never went back to being Earl. And I need you to hear why. It was not just the fall. It was the muscle he did not have to protect him when he fell. It was the years of inadequate protein that left his legs hollow, that turned a stumble into a catastrophe. If Earl had been eating properly, if his muscles had been fed, if his legs had been strong, that fall might have been a bruise, a sore morning, a funny story he told at church. Instead, it was the end of his independence. Now here is where I have to tell you something about myself, because I refuse to sit here like I am above all this. I am 87 years old, and I eat 3 eggs every single morning. Betty makes them with a little butter and black pepper, and I eat them with a piece of whole wheat toast, and I do not skip it. Not ever. But I did not always do this. For years, I told my patients to eat protein while I ate cereal for breakfast and skipped lunch because I was too busy in surgery. I was 73 when I noticed my own legs trembling on the stairs. 73 years old, an orthopedic surgeon, a man who had watched hundreds of patients lose their mobility. And I was losing mine because I was not eating enough protein. Betty caught me gripping the banister one evening, and she looked at me with those sharp brown eyes and said, "Raymond Polk, if you do not start practicing what you preach, I will drag you to your own office myself." She was not joking. Let me tell you one more story, a quick one, because I need you to see both sides. A woman named Dot Yamamoto, 81 years old, 5 feet tall, Japanese American, retired seamstress. Dot came to me after she saw a segment on the news about falls in older adults, and it scared her. She had no complaints. Nothing was wrong. She just wanted to know what she could do to stay on her feet. I told her the same thing I told Earl. Protein, especially eggs, every day. Resistance exercises. And God bless this woman, did all of it. She ate her eggs. She did her exercises. She joined a senior fitness class at her community center. When I saw her for a follow-up a year later, her grip strength had improved. Her chair stand time had improved. She was 82 years old and she was getting stronger. Dot is 89 now. She still lives alone. She still sews quilts for her great-grandchildren. She told me last Christmas. She sends me a card every year with a photo. She told me she walked 2 miles that morning. Earl is in assisted living. He is 84 and he needs help getting to the bathroom. The difference was not genetics. It was not luck. It was eggs, protein, and the willingness to do something about it before the fall happened. You are watching this right now, and I want to ask you something. When was the last time you stood up from a chair without using your hands? When was the last time you walked up a flight of stairs without holding the railing? When was the last time you felt truly steady on your feet? If you had to think about it, if there was even a pause, I need you to listen to me. Your legs are talking to you. They are telling you they are losing the war. And the war is not against age. The war is against neglect. Go to your kitchen, get some eggs, eat 2 tomorrow morning, and the morning after that, and every morning for the rest of your life. Add protein to every meal. Chicken, fish, beans, yogurt, whatever you will eat, just eat enough of it. And move your legs. Stand up and sit down 10 times. Hold on to the counter and rise up on your toes. Do it every day. It doesn't have to be a production. It just has to happen. I am 87. I still walk to the mailbox every morning. I still climb the stairs to my bedroom every night. I still get down on the floor to play with my great-granddaughter. And I still get back up again. Not because I'm special, because I eat my eggs, I move my legs, and I refuse to let my body quit on me before I was ready. This channel, this is my way of telling you what I wish I could have told every patient who ever sat in my office. If this helped you, share it with someone whose legs are not what they used to be. Someone who is proud, someone who is stubborn, someone who thinks they are just getting old. Subscribe if you want to hear more. I've got decades of stories left in me. Earl's granddaughter got married last June. Nadine sent me a photo. Earl was there, in the front row, in a wheelchair. He was smiling, but his feet were not touching the dance floor. Eat the eggs, move the legs, do not wait for the fall.